Hey guys, looks like we're going live here. This is totally awesome. Thanks, Trace, for setting up the stage for the main event tonight. Hey, really appreciate y'all taking the time to get on this call tonight. What I want to do is I want to educate you at the same time. I hope I can educate you as I do this presentation, and I hope you're okay with being educated along the way, or at least really evaluating the concepts we have going on here. I want to talk to you tonight about oneuplistbuilder.com. It's kind of an unbelievable concept, the way it all came together with Tracy Jameson and myself, just masterminding this thing that I think is absolutely brilliant. And I know it's brilliant just because we put it in pre-launch December 19th, and the reception we got was absolutely totally unexpected. It was amazing, the amount of people that are considering this. And I really believe in my heart and soul that there's a need for a $15 business opportunity that's just not a $15 business opportunity on the internet that's kind of, hey man, we got a $15 business opportunity. I think we've got a professional $15 business opportunity here with incredible components to it, and many incredible components still to come to it. And we wanted to create a simulator. One of the things that we really observed about the internet is that the majority of people out there are not strong. The majority of the people out there are not educated. The majority of the people out there do not have an in-depth business acumen. And I'm not saying that to be negative or make somebody, cry on the call tonight. I'm basically saying that because that's the truth of the internet, okay? People are treating the online business world like a lottery. And as long as people treat the online business world like a lottery, they're going to be like the Titanic. As fast as they get started, the ship's going to go down. This is a business, and with a business comes a work ethic, morals, values, principles, setting the stage, being a solution. And for most people, they're just throwing money around on the internet like it's a slot machine. And then when they do it, they think they have this kind of form of entitlement attached to it. So I'm really not a big fan of that, because I'm not entitled to anything. I'm not the type of guy that goes into a business opportunity and says, hey guys, I'm here, where's the money? Every penny that I earn, I work for in a business opportunity. You've got to set the stage as an entrepreneur, as somebody in free enterprise, to get to where it is you ultimately want to go. And I know for me, I love being successful. I've been in this game for 36 years. I've graduated from nitwit marketer, network marketer, corporate executive, and eventually being pretty good at this industry. I've kind of pioneered some of the business opportunities that you see out there today. They're a replication of what I was doing back in the 90s and the early 2000s. And some people have a challenge with that, because a lot of people out there are looking for Dr. Feelgood. They're looking for the quick fix. Throw some money in here, throw some money in there. They're treating it like an investment program. So I said to Tracy, that is absolutely beyond insane, and like one flew over the cuckoo's nest. So I said, what we have to do is we have to create a simulator, a business opportunity that's a real life simulator where people can get grounded and, learn how to posture, learn how to become stronger, learn how to have a little bit of sandpaper attached to them, and stop being offended, and stop, treating this industry like it's some little silly candy floss game out there. So I said, what we really need to do is get people desensitized to true business. Okay, we wanted to create a business opportunity. I said we could do this for free. Just allow people to come into a business opportunity for free, go through the simulation. We have an unbelievable compensation plan. That's the hottest compensation plan in affiliate marketing today. I know everyone says that, but I'm not just saying that. It's a fact. It's a scientific, mathematical fact. Using a one-up system, we just wanted to help people go through the desensitization process. Anyone that tells you they're not afraid of success is lying. Okay, they really, really are. Even some really successful people have fears and they're afraid of success. Okay, at times. And there's certain things that I'm afraid of too, and I've had massive success. I've done probably over $1 billion in sales with my sales teams in 36 years. Being a part of multiple opportunities and training over, being exposed to over 2 million people in organizations and downlines in this industry in 36 years, and moving, copious amounts of product. So the bottom line is you reach a point in this industry where you kind of just say, hey, let's all be friends and let's just be social and let's be humble and let's all be nice and let's make money together and become a big flop out there. Okay, been there, done it. So you got to have a little rough skin in this industry. You got to take a stand. You got to draw a border. And if you're here to socialize and play games, fine. Do that in social networks. But if you're going to be online to be in a business, you got to roll up your sleeves, and you don't want to join business opportunities. Joining a business opportunity is just for tire kickers. Anyone that joins a business opportunity is not only a waste of time, but they're wasting the oxygen in the air that they breathe. And you don't want to be joining anything. I don't want to join a business opportunity. If I join your business opportunity and I'm not into it, I'm a complete idiot. And I have no problem saying I'm a complete idiot for joining your business opportunity. I take full responsibility, for the level of progress that I make in that business. If you're going into a business opportunity, you get in there because you have a passion, you see the plan, you're going to educate yourself, you're going to become sophisticated, you're going to become intelligent, you're going to perform a service for your fellow men, your fellow women, you're going to stand behind it. You're not going to go in there and try to recruit people and sponsor people and not even know anything about the company you're in. I can't begin to tell you how many people out there on the internet are running around and they're not associated to their company. They don't even know what the product is in a lot of these different companies. When somebody phones me, hey, Val, I want to pitch on this, I say, great, tell me what your product is. I don't know. I don't have a full description, but I can send you a link to a website. I mean, enough is enough. So Tracy and I decided we wanted to create a professional environment. We wanted to create a forum where we give people a product that they can use. Now, hopefully people see the product. The product is the next generation of lead generation. Okay, we have 15,000 cellular database leads. Now, somebody that's not educated, somebody that's not seasoned, somebody that's not polished is going to say, what do I do with this stuff? Okay, a real business person knows what to do with this stuff. They take advantage of it and they make money with it. Okay, you can text a database or you can use RVM, ringless voicemail leads, or ringless voicemail. You can look up on Google what ringless voicemail is. I'm not going to educate on that tonight. But the bottom line is, guys, you want to know what you're doing. Okay, you want to know what you're participating in. So not only do we have the ringless voicemail leads, not only do we give you 15,000, but for some really cool reason, Tracy decided to send out 25,000. Give people an extra 10,000. That database is worth probably about $250 to $400, depending on who you're buying it from. And we give it for $15 because you see this business opportunity is $15 one time out of pocket. And I'll tell you, I'll share with you some avenues where to go with it. So what we also created based on just kind of watching what people were asking for, because when you get the ringless voicemail, you get the phone numbers, you get the name and the address of the person, and you get the phone numbers. As I said, they're cellular phone numbers. Okay, you don't get email addresses, they're cellular numbers. Now, what's so great about cellular databases for people that don't have a clue? They're not marketers. They don't really understand business. They haven't come from a business background. Well, Fortune 500 companies will tell you those pieces of data are worth a fortune to them. Why? Because, let me give you an example. Where did we get those databases? Okay, let me show you. Where did we get those databases? Well, those databases, Tracy and I bought approximately 200 million cellular phone numbers in North America. Now, why would we do that? Because it's the next generation of marketing. If you know what you're doing and you do it right, somebody might take that list and totally screw it up big time, whether they text message it or you do an RVM platform system, send. They might screw it up. But if you take a look at the election that happened in the United States of America, who used those cellular numbers? Trump did and Clinton did. What did they use them for? To help psychologically stimulate the vote. Okay? Why did they use cellular numbers and not home phone numbers? Because of a new technology out there where messages can be dropped in cell phones all over the world, or in North America in this case, without the person's phone ever ringing. They just pick up their cell phone and they go, wow, I've got a message. Now, what was the other reason why? Because smart, educated, intelligent people that design marketing campaigns for major corporations and conglomerations, they basically will teach you and tell you, and I don't know if they're teaching this in Harvard Business School yet, but they will. They're telling you that we're living in a cellular society. People are addicted to cell phones. Some of you are probably watching this presentation on your cell phone right now, or you're going to have a cell phone in your hand at some point today. Some people have that cell phone with them 24/7. Some people can't live without their cell phones. They go for dinners, they go to movies, they go to dinner shows and stage presentations and all kinds of interesting things, and they've got their cell phone. They can't live without their cell phone. It's an extended mutation of the human body. We're cellular. The human body's cellular. Well, guess what? Doesn't it make sense to have a cell phone? Interesting, huh? So understanding that, you're going to see a lot more of this as it evolves and grows. You're going to see it's the next generation of lead generation. Why? Because it's one of very few mechanisms on the planet in the advertising arena. And I'm talking about radio, I'm talking about TV, I'm talking about email, I'm talking about so on. What makes cellular probably the #1 source of delivery, why it has such high deliverable results, and again, it all comes down to your choice in empowering the human being as far as a message. Some people might just delete you because your message isn't strong enough, doesn't psychologically stimulate their brain cells to want to get back to you, or you might do something that psychologically stimulates them to get back, okay? But what the major advertising companies love about it, and they want to crack the code on this, is they love the fact that it's not filtered. They love the fact that the message 100% of the time, well, I shouldn't say 100% of the time, but I'll say over 95% of the time gets through to the person's cell phone. All right? And nobody gets charged. They don't get charged. We get charged like anywhere from 2.5 to 3 cents or 4 cents to send that out per cell phone, per connection, physical connection. But you know what? What a great way to get your product out to who? The person you're targeting. Okay, it could be health and nutritional products. It could be leveraging your cell phone into a part-time, full-time income. Whatever your message is, it's just got to be really thought out correctly to reach the promised land, which is the person psychologically getting into their mindset. Okay? So from the cellular database, and then we just introduced, because people were asking, do you have email addresses? We saw somebody that developed a software that's like a law of attraction software. It's an extractor. And you can extract exactly what it is you're looking for in any particular social network. I think there's like 9 social networks. This is good for 8 or 9. And what you can do is you can put in this software, you can put in you know, it's programmed, so you can put in the keywords that you want to attract exactly what you're looking for. So if you're looking for people in health and nutrition, you're looking for people in weight loss, you're looking for people with diabetes, you're looking for people that are into digital programs, you're into people that read a certain book, you can now track them down with this extractor. And we give you that, and that extractor retails for about $200. So we're giving you about, you know, our for argument's sake, let me lowball it, $250 in 25,000 cellular database. And then we're giving you an extractor software that cost us $200. We're giving you over $400 worth of stuff for $15. Now, why would we do that? Because we can afford to do it. Why would we do that? Because we understand the masses. The masses on the internet, unfortunately, have been so damaged. And I'm just being honest with you. They've been so damaged. The stage has been set for them to be so cynical, so skeptical, so jaded, because they've been manipulated by the service providers out there on the internet that tell you can get rich quick and not do anything, that tell you can get rich quick through automation. It's all 97% of the stuff you're going to read on the internet is BS. You don't need all those systems. There's components missing to those systems that they're not telling you about. And the reason why they're not telling you about those certain components that you need in order to make money is they know if they tell you, you're going to run and hide. The average person is going to run and hide. Not saying all of you will, but you put 100 people in a room, 2 of them are going to have the guts, probably on average, to utilize an automated system correctly. There's one thing missing in every automated system out there on the internet that they're not telling you about. And I know what it is. I use that system, and that's why I'm sitting in this chair, and that's why I'm making, you know, the type of money I make. So I'm sharing this with you because Tracy and I created an unbelievable environment for $15. Now, Tracy and I also realize that there's going to be a lot of people that would watch this that won't even have a clue what I'm talking about. To them, this is going to be so esoteric and on a different level, they won't get it. And that's okay. They don't need to be here at $15 right now. They can be here as they kind of evolve and grow a little bit along the way. And I'm just laying this out for you because this is the way we roll. You're talking about somebody that's 8 figures coming down and doing a $15 program. You know, it's kind of like coming down and saving the whales. We want to do that. People have a right to make money on the internet, but they're getting screwed. And the reason why most of them are getting screwed because most of them screw themselves on the internet. Okay? And that's the truth. So bottom line is we've got a $15 business opportunity that's probably worth, I don't know, we should be selling it for at least $500 minimum. We're doing it for $15. Out of the $15, $5 goes to admin, $10 goes to the seller, instant payments, okay, through Payza and STP, hopefully within a few days. And the really cool thing about this is you get paid instantaneously. You can get paid $10 to infinity on every sale. Every sale to infinity. Isn't that amazing within your team? Every first sale, boom, 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 that comes in. It's unbelievable. All right. And I launched a very similar concept to this, but it wasn't $15. It was like $150 and it was $1,250 back in the 90s and back in 1899. No, back in 1989 is what I wanted to say. So you're dealing with pros here. The big question is, do you have what it takes to be a pro? Or do you find being around successful, knowledgeable, educated people is intimidating? And if it is, if you have a fear about being around successful people that are making really good money in a $15 business opportunity, you're going to have a very difficult time on the internet because you're not going to be attractive to anybody. Okay, the reason why, well, let me give you one of the biggest reasons why people fail in the online world when they join MLMs or affiliate marketing is because nobody's attracted to them. Why is that? Why aren't people attracted to them? Why are they not an attraction? People move to what they're attracted to. People buy to what they're attracted to. What value are you bringing into people's lives? That's what they want to see. Are there things that are holding you back? Are you doing videos? Are you doing audios? Is your testimonial on any websites out there on the internet? Are you free mentally? Are you free emotionally? Are you free verbally to talk to other people in making a connection? Or do you shy away from that? If you're shying away, you're not qualified to be online and make money. Now, some people can do it successfully and be a hidden anonymous entity out there, but what they're doing is they're running a room in their house with probably 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 computers. They're blowing through thousands of dollars in advertising to make that happen. They're not doing it with free advertising. When you see those people running around the internet talking about free advertising, I didn't pay for one ad. Those people that are doing that still aren't making any money. They're not telling you that, though. They're not telling you that the ones that are making money are still paying for advertising after they burnt up their buddy list. Some people come out of the gate. You'll see people come out of the gate and make $80,000, $100,000, $150,000 their first month, their first 6, 7 weeks, and after that, you never hear about their incomes anymore. Why? I think you know why. So either you're in the know or you're not in the know. And we want to put people in the know here. And we've created a really good educational platform for people to do that. Now, one of the key components I just want to share with you here that I think is astronomical. We've got copious amounts of people that have come into this business just in a pre-launch. We didn't even expect these type of numbers. Damn, I just bit my tongue. You ever done that? You ever just bit the side of your tongue? First time in 36 years, in a live presentation, I've actually bit the side of my tongue. So you saw it first tonight. The big money right now, because some of you watching this right now, you understand the North American mentality. If you're in North America, maybe even in some European districts, people are not as motivated as they should be. But when you hit the countries like Africa, the Asian communities, the Eastern Hemisphere, when you hit second and third world countries with this type of leadership, you know, what Tracy and I bring to the table, passion, love, desire to help people. Yeah, sometimes I come on here and it sounds like I'm beating people up. You know, well, guess what? You wouldn't want to come to a martial arts class because you're going to get whacked with bamboo. All right. Bottom line is no pain, no gain. If you have a coach, teacher, mentor that's being really nice and easy on you, you know, they need to come to a martial arts class and let's whack them too because they're useless. You got to push people in soccer, football, baseball, hockey, any sports, athletics, even if your daughter's in tennis, push them to become champions. And if they can't handle being pushed, quit, get out. If my kids couldn't handle my attitude, I'm just sharing this with you because marketing, when you're mentoring people, you got to understand something. In marketing, if you can't handle constructive criticism, if you can't handle being pushed, if you can't handle the realities, you need to get out. And I do that with my son. I say, son, listen, he's only 9 years old. I say, son, if you can't handle the fire, get out. If all these other kids can handle being coached at that level, fine. If you can't handle it, get out. You don't need to be here. And that's the type of coaching I would seek out there on the internet. I don't want to be around somebody that tells me everything's nice. I don't want to be around somebody that kisses my broke ass if I'm broke. I don't want somebody to be politically correct with me all the time because coaches and mentors on the internet that are politically correct are useless tools. All right? They really, really are. The truth is you want to be pushed. The truth is you want to be confronted. The truth is you want to become educated. The truth is you want to become knowledgeable. The truth is you want to learn where the money's at. And if you want to know where the money's at in this industry, it should be in North America. It should be in some of the, you know, European nations there, or it should be in, you know, different segments of, you know, the UK and Ireland and stuff. The real money, if you want to make real money, is doing what we did. We created a low ticket and the target market that Tracy and I believe, because we're smart, I like to think that we're smart strategically, is we understand the Western world or first world countries, they're going to be a little bit slow with this. And I'm not saying this to be critical, it's the truth. They're going to be a little bit slow with it. They're going to, some are going to think they're too cool for school or this is not for them. They're the ones that haven't figured out. They're not the smartest birds on the shelf yet, okay? The big money in this is when you hit the second and third world countries. Why do I say that? Because I've interviewed some of the best top performing marketers in the world. You know why I interviewed these people? I've got their audios all in magazines. You know why I interviewed these people? So I could find out what it is they're doing. And I got to interview them for free. Isn't that amazing? I wanted to know information. So what information did they provide? I'll give an example. I'll even bring up a name tonight. So I interviewed Todd Falcone. Todd and I talked about what's wrong with North America, what's wrong with first world countries across the pond. You know, they're always behind. They're always lagging. They'd rather go bake cookies and you know, smoke a cigarette or something, many of these people. Todd and I had this conversation. I think some of you know who Todd Falcone is. He's a friend of mine. I interviewed him. I got his interview. You can hear it sometime. Probably the best interview Todd's ever done because he's never been pushed so hard in an interview too. And those were his words after. Todd said, man, you know, you were taking me places, you know, Eric Warrior, none of those guys aren't even going to take them there because I'm not politically correct. I'll do things that challenge people. I don't want to make it easy for them. I don't pussyfoot around. So my whole point being is I loved what Todd said. He said, Val, he said, I just came back from Africa. He said, in Africa, on his tour in Africa, he spoke. He said, those people are so hungry. He said, Val, he said, they're all together like tribes. He said, they all put their money together to try to accumulate $50 or $100 US, which is 6 weeks work for probably 12 to 14 to 15 people. And he says, Val, they go to meetings. He says, they're not sitting on the computer because they don't have internet connections. He says, they're not sitting in an office because some of them live in huts. They don't have the best homes. They have brick concrete walls and open windows and stuff like that. And he says, what they do is they congregate in different villages. And he says they will run from one village to the next, even if they have to run 10 miles. They will be at the meeting tonight. They will do the work that the spoiled, lazy, procrastinated type individual or procrastinator type individual will not do. He says they are so hungry for a better life. They are so hungry for the dream. They're so hungry to better themselves. And he says, if anyone goes in there with the right business, the right frame of mind, and treat these people like the gold they are, he says, you'll come out. Like you'll come out on top, beyond your wildest expectations. When you take a look at countries like the Philippines, when you take a look at countries like Mexico, all of these people want is a business opportunity they can afford. All these people want is a business opportunity that's going to be around. All these people want is to be treated with respect, and they will build an empire. Okay? And when Tracy and I put this together, we said, man, are we going to sell this at $300 or $400, even though with the databases and the type of training people can get from myself and Tracy alone is just to have the connection to us is worth more than 15 bucks. See, that's the first thing I look at. When I bring money to the table, how much does it cost me to build a connection? Do you know I joined, I have to say joined when I was a failure, because when I joined programs, I was a failure. Now I launched them. But I joined business opportunities when I was a failure that cost over $2,000. Didn't care about the product. Didn't care about the company. But the reason why I spent the $2,000 is because I needed to be connected to people there that had the answers that I was seeking. And the only way they would talk to me is if I was in their organization, their downline. Other than that, they're not going to answer the phone. They're not going to answer an email. You know what I'm saying? So there's more to marketing than the average person on the internet can even begin to comprehend. Marketing has nothing to do with comp plans and products. That's very minuscule. I mean, I shouldn't say nothing. Let me correct myself. That's very minuscule. Okay? The industry that we're in the home-based business industry, it's all about moving people, psychologically moving people. And that's what some great leaders do. You see some great leaders that are smart enough to figure it out, whether they live in Canada or live in the United States. Like a friend, Tracy and I, we have a friend. He lives in Canada. I was just at his home a year ago. And the home behind him is worth about, I don't know, maybe close to $50 million, $47 million. That type of neighborhood. And this person is probably the highest paid marketer in the world, one of the highest paid marketers in the world. When you're making over $20 million a year, that's got to be a lot of money. I'd say I shouldn't say that, but I would say this person, I can't verify that, but I'd say the person's making well over 20 million, and it's probably more per year. And the interesting thing about their formula is they don't, I gotta be careful how I say this, I guess. What I observed about their formula is they're not tapped into the North American market, and they're not, you know what, come to think of it, let me say this, they're not tapped in to the first world countries. Their company is $1 billion company, billion with a B, and they're not tapped in to the North American market, or they're not tapped into the across the pond, first world countries. Why is that? Why is that? And they're working in second and third world countries right now, and there are people that are in second and third world countries that are making 1.8, 2.6, $3.7 million a year in network marketing with this particular company because of their culture, their empowerment. And I think they were smart to recognize that although the North American marketplace is huge and first world countries across the pond are huge, you don't want to put a focus on them, because those are going to be the first countries that piss you off and let you down. So when people aren't hungry, even though they say they want this, they want that, and most people are full of crap when they tell you that, even though they say they want this and that, where do they go? Where do they go? if you had food in your hand, if you had a truckload of food, where would you go to? People that just ate and came out of a restaurant? No. You're going to go to a community, an environment, a country where people are hungry. And I'm going to tell you something. If you're smart enough to see what I just said and internalize and assimilate what I just said on tonight's call, if you're smart enough to even comprehend 1% of what I just said tonight and align yourself with us at $15 one time out of pocket, and we tap into those second and third world countries, you're laughing all the way to the bank. Because these people want to be educated. They want to be respected. And they want to fulfill the dream of financial freedom. The dream of not being hungry when they go to bed at night. And now I really understand more than ever what Todd was talking about when he goes to these second and third world countries. And I've been noticing that about several of the people that I've interviewed. I'm dragging this on a little bit, Trace, but it's okay. Several of the people that I interviewed in our magazine, we have an online audio magazine that'll blow your mind for those of you that, you know, are into the real deal. You're into real information. You're into learning. Several of those top leaders are making close to 8 figures, definitely 7, pushing towards 8. And I can honestly tell you what I know about interviewing them is they didn't waste their time in first world countries, because they know first world people don't have the mindset to live in that upper echelon right now. They're not hungry enough. Their bellies are full. Full of what? I think mediocrity. And I think people get into a comfort zone. And I think they're just comfortable with doing what it is they do. And please don't ask me what that is. But that's not your market. In anything you're doing, I'm just sharing this with you. If you're even in health and nutrition, you don't want to be wasting your time in first world countries. First world country, those people are too cool. They know it all. You know, they know this, they know that, and they don't need this, they don't need that, but they want this and they want that. And people, when they want something, they don't get it. So bottom line is, no matter what it is you do, break ground in the second, third world country. And when you can walk in, and instead of hitting people in the second and third world country up for $100 or $150 to get started, and then, you know, $150 a month in auto ships, if you can give people in those countries, you know, a $15 business opportunity one time out of pocket where they make more money than they can in MLM. No offense, even high ticket. We got people here that came in at $15 and, you know, making car payments, making, you know, $4,000 their first week in a $15 business opportunity. And then I'm seeing all these people out there on the internet posting, earn $1,000 a day, earn $1,000 a week. Yeah. I mean, I get it. I mean, I did that for, you know, did that for years, did extremely well doing that. But there's only 2% of us that are going to do that, right? And the rest is just copy and paste bullshit out there on the internet. Hey, you know, just tell people this, just tell people, you know, there's a bottom line is we have people here making more money in a $15 business opportunity than they are in those $1,250 business opportunities. How do I know that? Because high tickets have very small populations. When you put in 10, 15, 20,000 people in your business opportunity really quick, you know, within a few short weeks, that's got to tell you something's happening. And people are leveraging themselves to pay their auto ships. They're leveraging to get into their high tickets now. They're leveraging to get into other business opportunities where you buy a business pack for $500. Where are they getting the money? They're generating it here at One Up List Builder, if they're smart. Okay, and they're getting exposed to some very, very awesome training. Even this call that I just did tonight, you couldn't pay me $15 to do this for your group. I'd have to say, Val, yeah, you're gonna do a call like that for my group? Yeah, here's my PayPal account. Send me $1,000. I'll give you 25 minutes of my time. You got it for $15 here tonight. Whether you like the message or not, I could care less. But I know where Tracy and I are going. Tracy knows where she and I are going. And many of the people that have aligned ourselves with us know where we're going. And, you know, if other people want to, you know, do it as they want to do, I totally respect that. But where we're going is second and third world. They need the money. They will work for the money. And I'll just shut up after I say this. I just got so much going on in my head right now. One of the last companies Tracy and I did, we had probably in just 3 weeks, maybe it was 3 weeks, we had one person that ran one classified ad. And I could tell you where they ran it, but I'm not going to. If you want to know where they ran that classified ad, you get into this for 15 bucks. They ran one classified ad in one online community, and the right person in the Eastern Hemisphere saw it, and within just a couple weeks, brought in 14,752 people, or 14,700 and something people into our organization, all the way down underneath us, just like that. And I can tell you, they weren't a first world country. Okay? So if any of you are serious about making money, understand this. Life is an inside job. It's not what you know, it's who you know. And if you're too cool for school, if you're too cool for school and you don't see value here in a $15 business opportunity, go have fun. Go have fun in the corner. Bottom line is, we've got some incredible things coming out here. And I'm passionate about this. And I know the value that what we have here is just about better than anything out there in high ticket. High ticket is great. I endorse high ticket. I do high ticket. Okay? I know what it's like to be in a $6,000 business opportunity to go to a live event. So does Tracy. But what we're bringing to the table is absolutely unbelievable. And you won't find it in any other company. If you take a look at some of the high ticket programs out there, one of them is a friend of mine. He's got our product in his back office. Why? Because he's a friend of mine. Normally I wouldn't do that, but I helped him make, probably in 4 months, using some of the products that we have in our back office right now. Because of that product line, he was able to attract and put in his pocket over $800,000 in his pocket for him, and probably generated, I don't know, $12 million in sales in the last 7 to 8 months, all because of our magazine that Tracy and I have and our training in our back office. Okay? We give it away for next to nothing, and they're selling it for $1,250. And we have so much more. All right? And I'm just telling you the immense value that's going on here, guys. We're just going to lay the juice on this at 15 bucks because people need it. Anyhow, I've talked for 40 minutes here. So much I want to say. I have a passion, love, desire to help people. Passion, love, desire to, to save the world, save people out there in this industry. And for Tracy and I to do that for a $5 admin fee is ludicrous. That is absolutely ludicrous. So we're not in this so much for the $5 admin fee. Obviously, we have another agenda in store. So anyhow, guys, love you all in spirit. Have a great night. Hope you got at least 1 or 2 things out of tonight's call. And see you at the top. From the basement to the penthouse, baby. That's where we're going. Bye for now.